realized is that when I became pro, I was only 2 years into bodybuilding, right? So a lot of people were able to see every flaw that I had, whether it was structurally or whatnot. And, they failed to realize that I hadn't been training more than 2 years when I turned pro. So eventually everyone's been able to see the progression. And that's been, my key is that, every year someone will say, oh, he's not wide enough, he's not this, he's not that. And I've been able to shut them up every year, but just by training hard. Just realizing that I know who I am. I know I haven't been doing this for 15, 20 years. It'd be different if I was doing this for 10 years and then turn pro, and then someone say, oh, you don't have any width, because more than likely, you're probably not going to improve on that. It's going to be very, very hard. And that's what you see with some other guys. But for me, I was 2 years in. So I just maintain a good level of positivity and just try to maintain a good focus. Not really listen to what other people say, and just go by the pictures of the previous contests and just ask myself a simple question: can I be better? And the answer is always yes.
It's been really good to be able to show you guys, a real life training session during my off-season program. Normally you guys get to see me, training, for the Mr. Olympia, ultra shredded, ultra ripped, and this is definitely one of those features that you're going to be able to see. My walking around weight is what I call it. My everyday. Right now I'm, hovering above 270 right now, and that's usually what I do in the off season. I usually carry that predominantly most of the year until 12 to 16 weeks out. And Flex Magazine and I, we decided to show you guys a Delts workout session that I thought was pretty intense. And this is definitely what I'm using to retain the title and get number 2. So going into 2012, a lot of people will ask, are you doing anything different? And normally I'd say no, but I'd be lying. Getting ready for this particular contest, I really had to reassess my physique after seeing all the pictures and videos. And one of the things I noticed is I want to really start training a lot heavier, building a bigger and better foundation. So the rep ranges have changed. Normally I train in between the 8 to 12 rep range, but right now I'm doing anywhere from 5 to 8 reps. What that's doing right now is making me get after a little bit more intense. And what it's going to do is have me at a higher, max weight, for every lift that I normally do going into the show. Whereas normally, I would train the same throughout the year and then hope to gradually just maintain that 8 to 12 range. Let's say, for instance, if I'm squatting, 500 pounds, I'm hoping that I can, still do that throughout the remainder of the prep. Whereas now, I would like to go, much more, in the off season at a lower rep range. So then my body, the muscles will get used to that heavy load, and then eventually, they'll grow essentially into, being able to do more volume. And volume training has been, big with me. I'm still using FSC7 protocol, but like I said, the rep ranges are changing. As far as body parts are concerned, I'm really just trying to, have real dense muscle. So I believe heavy weightlifting will do that. I obviously have the shape and the conditioning on my side, but a bigger muscle is always a stronger one. And I'm not going to get away from what made me the champion, but more importantly, I'm going to just continue to grow gradually. Quad development, hamstring development, calves. Everything, because essentially Mr. Olympia has to have every muscle group. Every muscle group has to not only be full, but every muscle group has to be separated and shredded. I'm not going to be one of those guys that just says, well, I'm shredded, and all you see is shredded abs or shredded, glutes or something. Everything has to be ripped. Everything has to be separated. So that's what I'm working on. Most recently, I was able to ink a deal with RespectYourUniverse.com, RU, and they're a premium clothing brand that is definitely going to take the world by storm, I believe. I was approached to them right after the Olympia, and like I said, I was very fortunate to ink a deal with them and be able to wear their awesome clothes. The clothes that you're going to see in upcoming videos and photo shoots are made by them. What I really enjoyed with working with them is, they share the same, mission statement as me, which is, having, respect for oneself and others and the earth. Their materials are, I would call it go green. They have primarily really all their fabrics are organic and you know, recyclable materials, which I find amazing. You know, I'm a big tech guy, so I mean, I think it's awesome that they can take, you know, natural resources and then make them into high quality clothing. And that, and you know, one thing I like to touch on is the fact that, you know, normally you guys see me, you know, wear like, you know, some Jordan brand and things like that. And the main reason behind that was the quality. Well, you know, Rue has been able to take it a step further and actually, you know, take that quality and actually go to the next level with new technology that obviously I can't share with you right now, but you'll be able to see later on. You know, things, you know, I think it's pretty interesting that I was able to wear shirts that were made out of bamboo and things like that. I never did that before in my life, and actually it conformed to my body and yet whipped away the sweat, kind of like what other fabrics do. And obviously some guys may say, you know, they may not see the value in, you know, purchasing a, you know, high performance shirt, but when you're a high performance athlete, you don't put low octane in your vehicle. You know, and you know, to me, if I look good and I have clothes that fit right and enable me to perform at a high level, I expect myself to perform at a higher level. All right, guys, I just want to say thanks. You know, thanks for tuning in. You know, thanks for supporting the sport of bodybuilding. Thanks for especially tuning in to flexonline.com. We're definitely, you know, here to stay, and we're going to be showing you guys a lot of motivational videos, and make sure you pick up Flex Magazine as well. You know, you're going to see guys like myself give out a lot of Q&As now and a lot of new tips and tricks to help, you know, you with your fitness goals, no matter if you're weekend warrior or trying to become pro or be like me, Mr. Olympia. You know, definitely like to thank, you know, Leader AMI, Team Muscle Tech, obviously Rue, Smart Shake, Energy Care, Chic, Redbird Farms. You know, I got a ton of them. I got a ton of lists, you know, but that means that, you know, Team Heath is in full effect to win #2. So just want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting guys like myself and all these other amazing athletes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.